because I use Thumbtack too. And I don't know if a lot of people don't know what Thumbtack is, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of the 95% of the leads that come out of there are junk.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you were saying to me the other day. You're like, hey, when I get the Google leads, I know these are people, because there's intent there, right? Like people are on Google and they're searching dog trainer near me, or, dog trainer, city, right? Raleigh, whatever it may be, Sanford. And when you can capitalize on that, there's a lot of intent. That person's looking for a dog trainer in that market. And so they're further down the buying funnel versus somebody who's just like, Thumbtack, like they do their own marketing. And then the problem is that those leads are also shared with everybody else in the marketplace, so like everyone's getting those. And what can happen is just kind of like a race to the bottom to like who can be the cheapest, dog trainer.
Yeah. Yeah. And we work Thumbtack really hard. Like you go on Thumbtack and you look at the ratings, like Cornerstone is always like number one, number two, number one, number two. We have fast response times, but it's just like it's still profitable on our end. But if you roll in all the phone calls, conversations, the message, this person, we get a lot of these. We'll have a lead come in from Thumbtack, message them, no reply, call, no reply, email, no reply, call them again, no reply. Well, there's 2 or 3 days of, and then they reply back, stop.
Like,
you messaged us and I paid $14.95 for you.
Exactly.
Please pick up the phone and
give me the time of day. I know. And then, well, it's funny because they're texting stop back because they think it's like an automated thing. And you're like, no, I'm just trying to talk to you and see if I can help.
So that happens a lot too. So if you factor in like the time and all that, then it's like not worth it.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
If you look at my pipeline, and we have like, I don't know, somewhere between like 20, 30 dogs right now at the end of the pipeline that are done with onboarding. They have training dates coming up, within pretty soon. And you go back through the pipeline, back to where it starts, lead in, and all the categories, look at all the categories in between, lead in and onboarding process complete. It is super heavy with the source code on those little info cards or client cards at the tail end, and super light with Thumbtack. And then on the front end of it, lead in, super heavy with Thumbtack. It's because those Thumbtack leads, they they
fall off versus like the Google leads. You're saying they end up being the ones that are closing because they just exactly. That's another thing that's important to keep in mind is like there's different places you can get cheap leads, right? Like, but it's all about quality, especially for somebody who's running a business by themselves and they don't have a team to be like sifting through it. And, they're trying to be on the road and doing consults, making sales and training dogs, to have to sift through like 30 consult or 30 Thumbtack leads or Bark leads or whatever it may be to try and get that one diamond in the rough versus like, marketing to, running campaigns on, say, Google or something like that, where that the people are a lot more qualified. It's not that everyone's going to become a client, right? I don't want to come across like that at all, but by and large, you're going to have a much higher caliber lead with that than you are with something like Thumbtack or Bark.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.